Hey Stampers, Kim from stampingimperfection.com. Welcome to my craft room. I just want to share a very quick tool tip with you, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I wanted to share with you some of the paper piercing tools that Stampin' Up! Has, because I think paper piercing adds just a little bit of interest to your card. It adds a little texture, a little dimension sometimes, and just that little something extra. Here's an example. I will show the details of this card on my blog at stampingimperfection.com. Okay, and I wanted to show you exactly what you need to do paper piercing. You need some kind of paper piercing mat. You need a paper piercing tool. I love Stampin' Up's paper piercing tool. I use this for way more than paper piercing. I use this to pick up my glue dots, my rhinestones, my pearls, all kinds of things, so that I'm not touching the glue dot on the back of them. It's really sturdy. It's got a good sturdy needle compared to some paper piercers that I've had in the past. And the mat is nice and thick. I like to also use this mat sometimes when I'm stamping a nice bold image. I will put my cardstock on top and I'll stamp it on top of this paper piercing mat, and it gives me a really beautiful image. So Stampin' Up! Has 3 different paper piercing template sets. They have the Essentials paper piercing pack, the Occasions, and the Festive pack. The Essential paper piercing pack, each one has 3 different sets of templates. In the Essentials kit, you get what I consider is like the multi-purpose one. It has rows of holes that you can use to go around the edges of your cards, or to make straight lines, or to make corners. And then it's got some really pretty edgings that you can use for the edges of your cards. And you'll notice that it's got a set of paper piercing holes above and below each one, as it does in all of the different sets. You also have, in the Essentials kit, a set that goes along with the Apothecary Accents framelits, and then one that goes along with different paper punches that they have. They have the decorative label, the label punch, the full heart, the scallop circle, and then a lot of different size circle ones. I don't know how well you can see that. That's the Essentials paper pack. The Festive paper pack actually goes along with 2 of my favorite framelit sets, the Labels framelit sets, and again, you can pierce inside each framelit or outside each framelit using this. And then this goes along with the Windows framelit set. So, and the final one in the Festive paper pack goes along with their ornament set of framelits and the ornament stamp set, which are both still available for purchase. Even though you don't see them in the catalogs, you can still order the stamp set and the framelit set that goes along with this. So these 3 are part of the Festive paper pack. And then finally, the Occasions paper pack, you get the ovals that goes along with the oval framelits. It's really nice. You get the heart set that goes along with the hearts framelits, and then you get this mixture that goes along with some punches and framelits. You have the itty bitty framelits, the ticket builder, a few squares, the elegant butterfly, and the blossom punch. So you have 3 different choices of sets that you can purchase, and they'll allow you to make the different shapes. These are just templates, and instead of paper piercing, you can always take a fine tip marker and use it in the dots to get dots in marker around your stamped images also. And today I just wanted to just very quickly show you. It took me a long time. Like, I thought this took a little bit of practice. I've used my Big Shot and my Apothecary Accents framelits to cut out this shape, and I put a little bit of this is the trick for me, this little temporary adhesive. I put a little bit of that on what will be the back of my project, and then I put a little bit of that on the back of my paper piercing set. And one of the things that one of the tools that I can't live without, besides a paper piercer, because I use it for so much more than paper piercing. Okay, and I'm just lining this up because I can see this line. I'm lining that up with the paper that I cut out below. I also have this. I also purchased this. This is just like $3 or $4. This is an adhesive remover. The temporary adhesive actually comes off pretty easily if you just rub your finger over it, but I'm kind of messy with adhesive, so I use this adhesive remover all the time. So the temporary adhesive, you just use it like an eraser and it takes it right off. Then your paper piercing tool, which I keep inside. That's how I store it because, again, I'm a bit of a klutz. I've actually poked myself with things that I don't keep. And I'm just going into each hole. I start in a corner and either always go clockwise around or always go counterclockwise around. And then you're just going to poke it straight down through each hole, just like that. Okay, now if you lose your place while you're doing this, you're not sure which one you left off with, just go back a few beyond where you know and just poke in each hole, and you can feel whether you got that hole or not. It won't hurt anything because you're using the temporary adhesive to actually hold that in place. So then you can remove your paper piercing template, use the adhesive remover. Look how beautifully that takes that off. And this will take adhesive off paper also. It works for the glue, it works for the snail, and I'm just going to rub this along the top also. I'm not going to bother taking it off the back because I'm going to stick that to my page, but I think that adds a lot of interest. Now I also know that I want to put a couple of brads in the end here, so I'm just going to poke a big hole in the center of each end, and then I'll be able to put my brads through. So that's the paper piercing set. You can get the mat and the paper piercing tool are sold separately, and then you have 3 different sets of templates that you can choose from depending on what kinds of shapes and things that you use most often. So there you go. Thanks for watching. Check out my blog at stampingimperfection.com. Sign up for my mailing list to get more tips, tricks, and tutorials. Have a great day.